Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. I'm Brittany, and today's workout is part of our client series where we have actual clients from our studio, Fairfax Pilates, who have volunteered to be bodies for our workouts on YouTube. So these are regular people with regular aches and pains, and as we get started, I'll be sure to tell you what injuries or limitations we're working with each of the clients so that you can follow along. If you're struggling with some of the same aches and pains, then hopefully this workout will be appropriate for you as well. Or if you're a teacher and you're looking for some new moves or some cueing, then hopefully that helps you as well. So all the workouts on this particular series are going to be in the reformer category. So go ahead and get your reformer measured and ready to rock and roll. And I'll see you right back here. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Brittany, and this is my guest, Dia. She is a client here at Fairfax Pilates and is my volunteer body for today's workout. She's got right shoulder bicep tendonitis and herniated disc in the cervical spine. Those are the big injuries, and then just some tightness in her hip flexors and hamstrings, so we'll do some stretching today. All right, let's get going with some footwork. So 3 red springs, please, and then put your headrest wherever is comfortable for you. Okie doke, heels together, and then let's have your feet just a smidge over to the left. You're a little bit off center. The other left. There we go. Perfect. All right, when you're ready, let's go ahead and push out and then right back in. I love the pants.
Thank you.
Watch out for, you can get sun through those. So you're going to keep your core engaged here the whole time. If you want to turn your arms so that your palms face in towards your body rather than straight down, it gives a little more opening in the shoulders and neck area. Okay, one more time. And we're going to change the feet to parallel, please. Go right on the tender arch of your foot so you get a little foot massage. Yep. And then let's press. So inhale on the way out and then exhale to return back. How about 2 more? And then when you come back in, let's transition into the heels. So the feet on the heels, draw the toes back towards you, dorsiflexion, and we'll go. Yep. So I'm going to keep your feet here. I'm just going to touch you at the end. Keep your feet touching me the whole time. There you go. You should feel that more in the front of the shins. Yeah, it's good for ankle stability and strength, keeping the feet nice and still. Let's get one more time, please. You got it, and then come all the way back. Okay, high half toes, please. So toes up, heels up. Yeah. And then you'll watch that the feet don't lift, so keep them touching me here when you go out, Dia. Go push out, so stop right there. So you measure at your high half toe, toes up, the actual toes, lift them up like little Barbie feet. There we go. Keep your feet on me and bend in and out. Yep. So when you press out, it's like you're slipping into a pair of high heels. You should feel calves working, plus the quads, of course. Keep those little toesies off the bar, please. Yep. Do you feel the difference in your quads when you do that? Yeah. Let's get 2 more, please. Press. And this one presses and stays. Okay, and then you can drop and lift the heels, calf work. You can do them feet together or you can do them singles. I'll let you pick. Do you notice any difference when you have your hands in? If you sort of pay attention to it, when your palms face down, notice that the head of the shoulder rolls forward just a little bit. So if you just palms in or even up, it opens up the shoulders just a little. It should be for comfort, so whatever is most comfortable. Okay, come all the way back, pretty please. Her headrest is flat, so we'll easily move into bridges. I'm going to keep the 3 reds. Heels on, hip width. Okay, arms at your sides, holding the carriage all the way in. Let's curl up from the tail. Perfect. And then slow rounding and melting from the top to your tail back down. Let's get maybe 2 more, please. So when you lift here, let's keep these knees from widening. So close them in just a tiny bit. There you go. You always want to feel like your inner thighs are working. So you're going to squeeze onto an imaginary yoga block on the lift. Stay here. Keep the knees side by side, and I want you to straighten one leg straight forward. Perfect. And then put the foot back on the bar. And then you're going to alternate. So it's kind of a take on a marching bridge, trying to keep this pelvis quite stable. Core is on. You're squeezing your glutes the whole time to lift. One more here to even out on the left side. Let's get 2 feet down and then go ahead and melt down from top to tail. All right, and then when you're ready, we're gonna just go side to side with the knees. And as she's stretching out, I'm gonna reduce the springs to just a single red spring. Okay. And then we're going to just choose one leg. So let's get this left one in the strap. We're going to start off with some stretches here. So this guy's in the strap, leave the right one on the bar, and then the right leg bends as much as you want to let this guy stretch. Yeah, and then I usually grab the rope also. Yeah. And then however that feels nice to you, you can let the leg open out to the side. You can also take it across the body. We're just going to loosen some stuff here to address some of the tightness. So we'll do it a little bit at the beginning, we'll do a little bit of strength work, and then we'll do it again at the end, and it'll be even bigger of a difference. All right, so once you're done on this inner thigh stretch, we're going to move right into some single leg strength. So this guy is straight, the right one will be tabletop. And we're just going to go up and down straight leg, please. Yep. I can see you thinking about that one. I'll be more clear next time. Inhale, the leg comes up, and then exhale, it's down. Let's get maybe 1 or 2 more. And then you're going to change the direction of the leg. So from here, you're going to pause and then laterally rotate the leg, please. Good. And then trace that same line with your leg. Inhale up and exhale down. Yep. So your core is still on here while you're doing the leg and strap. Works all your trunk muscles because we're doing an asymmetrical exercise. Okay, one more here. Pause, Dia, and then let's turn the knee and toe in and get the same thing. So because she has some tightness in her hamstrings, I'm making an effort to actually go all 3 directions. Watch that this ankle doesn't roll in quite so much. Yeah. Okay, and then let's go back to parallel. The leg travels up. It's going to move out to the side and circle around. Perfect. So the circles can be as large as you're able to control. And control means that your pelvis isn't rocking side to side or shifting your whole body off center. One more, pretty please. Cool, and we'll stay right here. Now we're gonna pretend like the left one has a strap also. Straighten the right leg, I'm sorry, your right is what I meant. And then we're gonna go up and down with the legs as a team. So this will work that hip flexor a little bit because she has to support the weight of her own leg. That'll allow it to stretch a little bit better afterward. All right, leg circles on both, pretty please. Up, out, and around. So she's also getting a lot of core work. If you feel it into your back at all, don't go as low around with your legs. Okay, one more time. You got it. All right, and then put your right foot back on the bar. Yep, and then we're gonna stretch again like we did at the beginning. Yeah. Put this strap a little closer to your toe so that you can really get the back of the leg stretching. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Good, and then you can do the side to side, however that feels nice. All right, and then once you're finished there, we're gonna switch feet. I'll take that. Great job. Stretch to start. So the left one stays on the bar and you let the right one travel in as much as feels good to you. Yep, however, if the hamstrings are super tight, hers are not that tight, but if they were, bend that knee again for me, Dia, this would still stretch your hamstrings. You probably still feel it, it does do something, but you can straighten the leg. Okay. And then when you're ready, we're going to move into the strength work. So the left leg tabletop, and we'll go up and down straight with the right leg parallel. Inhale on the rise, exhale to push down. And then let's turn out. So we'll do a few in a lateral rotation. Yeah. So you just want to rotate the leg in all three directions, so that you get all the fibers of the hamstring. Let's go ahead and the next one, let's rotate inward. Yep. Okay, and then from here, we'll do that half circle. So up, out to the right, and then around. Good. I always get so envious watching people do feet and straps. It feels so good. All right, now let's go up and down with both legs together. So the left one is wearing a ghost strap or an imaginary strap. Is that tug on your low back any? Are you okay?
No, but it's very hard.
Yes, it is. She's making it look easy. It is very challenging. The longer your legs are, the heavier they are as well. So, okay, miss, let's go through circles, please. Up, out, and around. Okay, and let's make that one your last one, and then let's put your free foot on the bar, and we'll stretch again, maybe moving the strap a bit closer to toe, so you get a really nice dorsiflexion there. And then if you want to take it wide and then across, do that as well, please. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and keep that strap, but for the upper body, we're going to transition. And so this one's coming off the foot, and you're going to hold it with your hands instead. I'm going to keep the one red spring, tabletop the legs, arms are up straight. Okay, now just alternate. One presses down, and then we bring it back up. And then now you can push with the opposite. So with the tendinitis, you don't want to go too far wide away from the body. So long arms in a narrow position, even triceps, biceps, any of this in that same plane is usually not a problem for the tendinitis. Good, even out here with your left. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to have you add crunches to this. So we're going to stay on the one red. You're going to push both arms forward and crunch up. Yep. And then you're going to release back down. Yep. And flex. So her neck's in great position here. All right, you want to make this more funner? Add the legs. As you crunch, legs go, and then everything comes back in. Nice. Let's get 4 like that, please. Perfect. One more time. You got it. All right, and then let your head rest down. So with the cervical spine stuff, we're not going to have her stay up very long at a time. So your head will stay down. It'll actually make this one harder. Legs up for me, please, and straight-ish toward the ceiling with the legs. You're going to push your arms forward about there, and you're going to leave your head down, okay? So the moving part now is going to be the lower body. So the legs are going to go down towards the foot bar, and then they're going to come up. If her hands were up higher, it would be even harder. So the long...
Lower back.
Okay, so perfect. Not perfect, but so your low back's hurting, do it with bent knees.
Okay.
Okay, so rather than a long, heavier leg, we're going to do bent knees. Is that different? Yep. So we're going to lower and lift. So you're going to keep your low back protected by Kegling. We're using that pelvic floor muscle here. Okay, one more time. tabletop, and they stay. So triceps now. Push your arms down straight, bend both of them, and then pause. One at a time, alternating triceps. Yep. So we're still getting all the core work because we're doing the asymmetry with the single arms at a time. How are your hip flexors? Are they talking? Are you okay?
They're okay.
All right. So the cheat with the hip flexors is you could make your knees into like a diamond shape, feet connect, and the knees widen. If that can alleviate some tension in hip flexors. Left one, we'll wrap it up. Okay, and then let's put your feet down on the bar. I'll take the straps. You can come up. So because, hop up for me, Dee. I'm going to put this box there. So we're going to do Swan next, stretch out the hip flexors. So we're keeping the single red. Lay on your belly. Put your hands on the bar, please. And before we do the Swan, I'm going to give her a quad stretch because we just had her legs up this whole time. So reach back and grab one of your feet. Okay, so when you're here, you just scooch that knee in so it's narrow, and then try to push the hip down through the box. And that should create that length in the front of the leg. If you need a bigger stretch, you can always push the left arm out and include that with a Swan, but only if you feel like you need the added stretch. Yeah, that should feel nice, but also hard.
Yep.
Yeah. Good. Okay, and then let's do the other side as well. Okay, and then let's go long legs here. They're going to open about the width of the track and point the toes, laterally rotate the leg. Let's have the hands in the corners of the bar. Push the arms back long, and then we're going to just lift the chest up for that Swan. Okay, now stop there. So head looks down there. So we want to preserve the length in the back, and then go ahead and press out to lower your shape down. Good. And then inhale to float up. So whether you're doing a Swan on the mat or on a machine, you never want to look more than 5 or so feet in front of you. It's as if the tops of the ears are trying to get away from the shoulders. So you want to really lengthen the back of the neck, especially with any kind of herniation back here. You want to make sure that disc is going right where it belongs. Okay, miss, one more time. Now stay there. Bring your legs together if you can. If your back starts to talk, we're going to separate them hips distance. Let's put one hand on forehead. And we're going to keep that narrow line again. So you're going to bend this elbow in narrow next to the box. Yep, and then you're going to push right back out. We are still on a single red spring. If it's too heavy, you can transition to blue and white, so 3/4 spring. Nice form. So what I'm watching for is that her shoulders remain level, and that this gesture elbow out here on the right is also level with the shoulders, and she's keeping her elbow in narrow. We wouldn't want to do the chest one with the tendinitis. We're going to do the narrow tricep one. I'm not counting, are you?
Nope.
Okay, that's about 8. Okay, we'll switch. Good form. Inhale, bending, and exhale, pressing. Good. Did the low back start to talk?
Nope.
Let's close the legs together if you can. It's going to make you work a little harder. You're going to keep your pubic bone pushing down throughout here. Got it. Are you counting on this side?
Nope.
Okay. Me either. One more. That's probably close to 8. All right, perfect. Come on down off the box and just take a second. You can even just grab the side of the box there and just do a little traction. Okay, and then if you want to go all down to your toes, you sure can. So we're going to get rid of the box. I'm going to have you kneel, face this way, please. And I think the one red spring might be a little heavy because we're going to go for a range of motion. So I'm going to drop her springs to a blue and a white. Now, we're going to start with her thighs right up against the shoulder blocks. You're going to have your palms facing in, so a neutral grip, wide collar, and just take the arms down and behind. Yep. And then let it come forward. Inhale as you pull. and then exhale as you reach. So I'm a stickler for the front of the wrist, so think of leading the fingers back first and stretch the front of that thumb. Yes. You never want to have any wrinkles of skin appearing on the front of the wrist. Okay, and let's go one more time. I'm going to have you hold the arms in the back and stay here, and then tiny, tiny, tiny bend of the elbow, and then push it to straight. Inhale, bending, exhale, pushing. Good. Make that left one. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's harder when the wrist is in a proper alignment. One more, please. Hold this one, just straight arms, and find stillness. Beautiful posture for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and take a break. Okay, put your hands in the long loops, and then I have you scooch back and connect your feet on the back edge. Yep. We're going to do an elevated bicep curl. So the arms are going to be reaching forward. Because you're hooked on the back, you're going to feel hamstrings too. So try to keep your body from leaning back. Narrow arms here, and you're going to try to bend the elbows slowly. Bring your hands towards your ears. This might be too heavy. Let's go to blue. Yep. Good. And then you lengthen them, and you should feel that pull, everything on the posterior chain here. So her hamstrings are getting worked, those are glutes, and then all the postural muscles in the back. Good. And we're still narrow, so the bicep tendonitis shouldn't be an issue. You'll tell me if it bothers you, right? Okay. 2 more, please. Good. Let's bend the elbows and hold here. All right, I love this one. So we're going to just keep the shape of the elbow. I want you to drop the elbows 2 inches, stop, and then we're going to lift them to be higher than they started. So we're just lowering and lifting. You feel your legs working? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So imaginary block between the knees as well. Get those inner thighs on in addition to your hamstrings and your glutes. Give me one more here. And then you can release the arms all the way down. Perfect. Okay, I'll take these. I'm going to have you hop off, and you're going to instead sit facing forward. So butt right up against the shoulder blocks, legs forward. Okay, and I'm going to leave it light. So here you go for your hands. Okay, so the legs can just be straight forward, hanging out over the springs, and I want you to bring your arms straight forward and then lower down. So it's super light here, so we're going to do it one arm at a time. And you'll feel there's a little bit of a movement there where her obliques are working. There should feel like a weight shift happening. Now, could you still go much heavier than this? Yep. Okay. So I'm going to add a weight. A little bit better? Yep. Okay. Good. Keep your tall posture. Abs in, shoulders wide. Good. Even out here on the left. And then we're going to take them both up. All the way up, we're going to go into triceps. So flip them, and you're going to try to go back towards the base of your neck like you're going to fix your ponytail. So don't let the elbows widen. They're stuck narrow. And then let's push them both up. So I always have myself or anybody else do 2 at a time first, just to measure the resistance. So when you bend your elbows next, stay. Could you do this with one arm?
Yep.
Good. Nice. If you can, you should. Good. Yeah. And with a cervical spine herniation, we're not really doing exercises specifically for the neck itself. We're doing more things from the body up. The cervical spine will realign itself with postural changes. She's fatiguing, so this will be her last. This is why I don't count. I just go until she can't. Okay, and then bend. Okay, and then I will, actually no, you're going to keep those. We're going to do a stretch. So you're going to have your hands down. The weight doesn't matter. We'll keep the blue and a white. Legs are long. Hands are on each side of your legs, and I want you to just push forward as if you're trying to reach the ends of your feet, arms by your ears. Keep them there as you stack your spine back up. So start to reach up for the ceiling up here. Yep, all the way up. Okay, and then we're just going to take it down here. So rather than circling around, which would pull on the biceps, she's going to keep it narrow. All right, so dorsiflex those feet, and let's press again. So you're trying to reach as far as you can to or beyond the toes. Arms stay by the ears, and then we're stacking all the way up. Feel the abs working, and then just take the hands back down narrow. Twice more. Reach, 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 reach. all the way up. And one more time here. Press. Good. All the way up. You got it. Okay, and you can just drop the straps in the back there or anywhere. And we're going to go very light. Just one white spring. And then scoot your buns in the center forward. You're going to put your feet on the bar and also your hands. We're just going to do a hamstring stretch. So it doesn't matter if the feet are between or wider than the hands, wherever. And then just do your best to press out. Yep. And if you can get your legs all the way to, well, whether they're straight or bent, try to soften and sink the heels under the bar. Yeah. And then once you're there, there's a deep connection between the back of the neck and the knees. So if you can allow your head to just sort of fall forward like gravity is winning. Yep. Should pull on the back of the knees as soon as the head goes down. And then you're going to bend your knees and come on back. Now you're going to change your feet. So put your hands in the middle and your feet wide. And do it again. And this pulls on the hammies a little different. I'll do that same thing here. You got it. And then come on back in. All right, come on off. We're going to do a thigh stretch into a plank. One red spring. Okay, so I'm going to have you stand up in the front there like you're going to do a thigh stretch. So you're going to have one foot near the front and the other foot on the shoulder block there against the shoulder block. Okay, and then just begin with a regular thigh stretch. You're going to just drive the leg back so we're opening that hip flexor in the thigh. And then this is that one then that will become the plank. So once you do the stretch, now you straighten the right leg so the knee lifts. Exactly. And you allow your shoulders to travel forward so they're over the hands and you stop. When you know that's about the right spot for a plank, then your standing leg is going to just float up right by the right leg and you hold your plank just for like a nanosecond. Perfect. Put the foot down and then drop the right knee and sink back into your thigh stretch. Perfect. So you're going to be really aware of the shoulders here. And then just at your pace. So you just take a few seconds into the stretch of the thigh stretch and then you travel forward, knee lifts. Good, and we float. Perfect. And let's do 5 total, Dia. So you just flow it. So inhale out and then squeeze into your glutes there. 2 more. Good, good, good. I like these dynamic stretches in the hip flexor. She's getting a lot of strength work at the same time. That was 5. And then you come around the other side, please. Okay, good. So right foot's forward enough that you get that thigh stretch. And here, be really mindful about the shoulder placement. Good. Yep. And then when you're ready, we're going to transition right into that single leg plank. I love wrapping routine with something like this because it's not only giving you that active recovery, that dynamic stretch of the thigh and the hip flexor, but you get this nice empowering strength on the way out. She's keeping her hands narrow, so there's no restriction in the bicep. Good. Is that 5? All right, perfect. And then just stand off the machine there and then just reach down towards your toes and see if you feel a little more bendy. Yep. Yeah, so her fingers are all the way to the ground. Yep. And then widen your feet just a tiny bit, Dia, and aim your toes just a whisper in. Yep. And then come on down. Yeah, that's another one. Perfect. And if you want to sway right and left there from your trunk, however, it'll stretch the back of the legs. There we go. And then just round and roll it up. Outstanding. All right, so you're all done. You feel good?
That was fun.
Okay. Thank you for joining me. Thanks all. I'll see you next time.